Yo, what's good, y'all? It's Nadz here. I'm back yet again with another reaction video. This time I'm reacting to self-improvement YouTubers' fitness advice. Now, I'm not here to act like I'm the authority on, gym advice, but I do think I know my way around the gym, and I think I could learn something, and I could also take away or maybe criticize a few things about the advice they give. Now, with that being said, I don't want anyone to, attack any of these YouTubers or no hate on them because, they're doing their own thing. It's not bad to not know as much as someone else. I think this is just an opportunity for everyone to learn. And yeah, with that being said, let's get right into it. Okay, so first up, we got this guy's self-improvement tier list. Now, in regards to self-improvement, I'm not entirely clueless, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like I know everything there is about self-improvement either. So if this guy mentions the gym, I probably will. I'll drop a comment on it because it's a tier list, of course. And in my opinion, in regards to self-improvement, I think the gym is the best thing most men could do for themselves.
Here's a tier list of everything self-improvement I've tried. Starting off with D tier, we have mewing. Yes, it's effective for getting a jawline, but if you're working out consistently, you're losing weight, you will lose fat in your face and get a more defined
just what I said.
Regardless. C tier, we have self-improvement content. And I know you're like, what are you talking about? This is a self-improvement video. But when you're watching a self-improvement video and it makes you feel good, it makes you envision all these things for yourself. And
it's not the same as actually doing it.
Kind of an addiction where you're not actually applying these things in real life. Rather, you're simply
I like this guy.
The dopamine these self-improvement videos.
Yeah.
B tier, we have dopamine detox. And this is great because it gives you a mental reset. But the reason it's a B tier is because a lot of times people will do this for a week or 2 weeks, but the second they're done, they just fall back to their old habits.
I don't think it's as necessary as people think.
Is the whole purpose of it. A tier, I like this one. It's actively stepping out of your comfort.
Okay.
So for example, if you're socially anxious but you're in a public setting, force yourself to go up to people and talk. Doing these things over time will build your confidence and build your character. And S tier, you probably already know what I'm going to say. That's working out and because you're mentally good and you're physically good.
Yeah. In general with the gym, the improvements, someone who thinks that the gym is not an improvement on their life is probably just like a extreme idiot. Physically, there are benefits. Mentally, there are benefits. I mean, I noticed extreme mental clarity when I start doing cardio and when I start lifting weights more, and I think it's due to maybe hormone changes. With that being said, I think my body's just used to it to the point where if I'm not doing it on a particular day, if I'm not at the gym, if I'm not working out during the day, I can notice mood changes, not in the sense of oh, I'm gonna be depressed, but I feel better when I'm at the gym. Certainly, I feel better when I've gone to the gym during that day. I mean, there's probably a laundry list of mental benefits that I probably have experienced, but because my life is so much better now as a result of the gym, I can't really think of them off the top of my head. I'm probably just thinking a lot better than I used to before I went to the gym. Okay, so here we have a video from Hamza, how to build an aesthetic body. Now I think this video is pretty infamous for giving some weird advice. Granted, it was 4 years ago, so probably he's learned a lot since then. And if you don't know who Hamza is I guess the notorious manosphere self-improvement guy. Let's just find out what he has to say.
This isn't a dragged out 10 minutes and 15-second long video with a 3-minute Dollar Shave Club advertisement in the middle. This is my practical guide for guys who want real advice from someone who's been through this journey. I started weightlifting.
The thing as well is, with a lot of these videos, some of them are marketed towards beginners, and it's the problem with a lot of gym beginners is that they think there's some sort of shortcut you can take to get jacked or to make gains. I'm here to break it to anyone who hasn't gone to the gym yet. You're not going to get abs fast. You're not going to get this crazy shredded physique quickly. You're not going to build an aesthetic body quickly. This kind of stuff takes about 6 months to a year, and in general, they're not going to be long-lasting results if you're not in the gym for the rest of your life. Simple as that. It's the principle of reversibility. Use it or lose it. Simply put, if you're not training your body consistently, your body will return to a pre-trained state. Your body is always adapting to match your function. Your form is matching your function. So if your function is to train, is to lift some heavy ass shit, your body's gonna need to adapt to that, and it's gonna look shredded. But if your function is sitting on the couch all day, drinking beers, probably eating some sort of a calorie loaded burger from Five Guys or some shit, I hate to break it to you, you're gonna start looking like shit again. So for any beginner who's trying to build an aesthetic body, you gotta be educated. You got to be in the gym for a long period of time, and over time you'll notice significant differences in your body.
About 5 years ago, with the same goals as you.
How old was he here?
I'm going to try and give you the best real advice I can in hopes of helping other guys who were at my starting point, because honestly, It's unreal how much my life has changed due to this grind. I'm going to do some assuming here. You're a young male, age 13 to...
What is this sensual music in the background?
I chose this video specifically because it's a guide on building an attractive body. So I'm going to assume that you want to attract the opposite sex and you believe building a muscular body helps with this.
To any men watching this, if you are going to the gym for the express purpose of women, you are going to make no gains. Now, am I saying the goal of getting women is going to cause you to make no gains? No. I'm saying if your goal is as shallow as getting women, you're not going to be in the gym for a long time anyways. I see people like that walk in and out of the gym, lickety split. It's okay to start going there for that reason. It's okay to start going to the gym and saying, you know what, fuck this. I gotta get jacked. I'm sick of being ignored by girls. I want some gains. That's a fine starting motivation, but I hate to break it to you, the gym's not gonna get you girls. It's the most token expectation versus reality thing. The gym doesn't get you girls. I know plenty of jacked guys who get absolutely none. No women. If muscle and shreddedness was proportionate to the amount of girls you got, then call Sam Sulek Hugh Hefner. You know, like simple as that. I said this in one of my previous shorts. It's a lot about types. You actually have to talk to them. You have to be a likable person.
I'll just tell you the truth right now. It absolutely does. Building an attractive physique means to resistance train. That is weightlifting. This makes muscles while focusing on a progressive overload. So that literally just means making progress as you go along, using heavier weights, doing more reps, longer workouts. The usual guides you'll see online will have you lifting heavy 3 times a week, focusing on compound movements. This advice is given by guys on Reddit who look like this. Take this advice if you do not want to look at.
There's nothing wrong with lifting 3 times a week. If that's the schedule you have available to you, then go ahead and maximize your gains. Listen, I lift 6 times a week. At the end of the day, it's about what works for you. Like, you should never be ashamed of looking a certain way while you're training. Listen, you being at a trained point is better than you not training at all.
Here is what I call the hierarchy of attractive muscle groups. Just quickly, I said this was going to be a no bullshit guide, so I'm going to follow that. I'm not going to go in depth with the particular exercises you should be using.
No bullshit. Hierarchy of attractive muscle groups, but he's also no bullshit. If you are a natural lifter, looking at you, if you are a natural lifter, you're not on PEDs, you're not on steroids, none of that, you will benefit from training all the muscles in your body. You do not want a single part of your body being undertrained, because that muscle will not be looking freakishly large compared to other muscles, and they won't start making you look unaesthetic. Capiche? We understand this? There's no such thing as train this muscle, and this muscle to get an aesthetic physique. No. You need to train all the muscles in your body. Yes, there are some muscles that contribute to the aesthetics of your physique more, but if you're only training those muscles, I hate to break it to you, you're not going to make any gains.
Particular muscles, there's literally millions of videos out there that will already tell you this. My advice is to find a credible source of information, such as a scientific,
Jeff is pretty credible
based YouTuber, and look up their guides on the particular muscle you're looking into. So starting from number 1, abs.
Is this video the reason why I always see these broccoli-haired teenagers at the gym? Let's just start this all off. The abs are aesthetic in the eyes of the opposite gender. But if you just have abs, you don't have an aesthetic physique. So calling that the number 1 is just rather ridiculous. It's a complete package thing. It's not about like, oh, I have abs, so my physique is more aesthetic. No. If you have a whole physique going for you, your physique is going to be more aesthetic. This guy Hamza, right? The pictures he's showing off, he does have an aesthetic physique. Don't get me wrong. But if you think abs are the main contributor to his physique looking good, I hate to break it to you, you're dead wrong. And that's what makes it most ridiculous to me, because he's putting back at number 5. I think his back is the main reason why he even looks aesthetic. I really hate to say it, but this video actually is a bullshit guide. Entirely with the opposite gender in mind, and while there isn't anything wrong with that, you have to have security in yourself enough to know that your goals within a certain aspect of your life, within your health, within your fitness, shouldn't be so shallow as to be centered entirely around the opposite gender. Like, how low do you have to be to like base that whole aspect of your life around them? Like, come on now, like that's just quite sad. So I think with that being said, I'm just gonna stop watching this video. I don't even want to give this video more time. Like, I feel like it's literal brain rot. I'm not even trying to hate. I don't even want to hate. But it's like, it's shit like this that like results in a lot of people going to the gym and just doing nothing. You're making no progress. Okay, I'm gonna train my abs today. I'm gonna train my neck. Okay, I look aesthetic. Let's go. Ridiculous. And I don't know how this message was peddled out to 5 million people. Now you have this other popular self-improvement guy. His name is Iman Gadzhi. He's known for being extremely financially successful. And I just wanted to figure out what he had to say about his gym advice. Now, this video was uploaded 7 years ago, so maybe he knows more now than he did then.
Alright guys, so I haven't done much fitness content on my page recently, and that's because my workload is really starting to pile up and whatnot, so I'm actually only in here like 4 times a week. But I thought I'd give you guys a raw workout, so if you're not into fitness, probably just click away, but if you are, you're probably really gonna like this because I really changed up my training style and I have a lot of new insights these past like 3-4 months. So today we're doing chest and back. I used to never do chest and back, but just because I only come in 4 times a week now, so
okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, an upper day is or chest and back day is a good idea for people who can go to the gym less than people who can go like 6 times a week. So far so good.
I want to hit upper body as much as possible, so I usually have a chest and back hypertrophy day, which is what we're doing today, and then a chest and back compound day. So we're running it.
I'm not sure I know what he means by this. I don't know what he means by compound day. Like, does he mean he's doing compound lifts on that day? Because, I mean, for the most part, chest and back movements are compound lift heavy. And a hypertrophy day, I don't really get either, because all of your sets are for hypertrophy. You're going to be growing muscle with all the sets you do, so long as you're close to failure.
First, we're starting off with closed grip dumbbell press. I just want to do things that shock my body, not as conventional.
Shock the body. Like, it's such a catch-all term. What does it actually even mean? If you're saying shock the body by doing more weight, you're not really shocking your body, you're just progressively overloading. Now, with that being said, it's going to be a shock to your CNS, but shocking the body is not some sort of, like, predecessor to growth. Like, if you want to give your body a shock, go to failure. That's the biggest shock you can give your body.
And I'm moving away from just, like, I'm trying to move away from cables. I'm trying to do mainly free weight, some calisthenics work, and some body work, so, and
fair enough.
Powerlifting. So yeah, let's get into it.
His physique does seem aesthetic. Okay, I don't see the appeal of this. This kind of variety of dumbbell press is just unnecessary. You're not like working anything out better than you would be if you were doing regular dumbbell press. And I think for the sake of, you know, just purely increasing your load, I think you'd be able to do a lot more if you were doing a regular dumbbell press compared to, I mean, this is called a close grip dumbbell press, but it looks like more like a pronated dumbbell press. And I also think these reps are flying a little too fast. If you're going to be pressing, you damn well better make sure you're pressing heavy. Otherwise, you're better off using a machine. Good breathing, good rhythm. Maybe a little fast. I don't know how I feel about his left shoulder there, but that wasn't even close to failure. What?
Yeah, so with that exercise, I like to supinate in. Works more of your inner chest. Alright guys, so this
bullshit.
is one of my favorite.
Inner chest, you know. Inner chest. There are 2 heads of your chest. This part and this part. The upper and then the rest of it. Inner chest. There's no like inside of your chest muscle. That's just your whole chest flexing. In the shortened position, that's how it feels. What?
Back exercises. Quinton, if you're watching this, which you probably are. I picked this up like 3 months ago. It's I used to have no idea what the fuck to do with TRXs. Quinton showed me this exercise. Basically, it's all to do with gravity. There's a different variation on the like jungle rows where you literally just swing your feet up, hook them over the top. But this is probably like the less crazy version. TRX, put your feet up. The higher your feet up, the higher that is, the harder it is to pull. So yeah, this is one of my favorite back exercises nowadays.
Not bad. But then again, I think it's a bit like showy. Like you could just do a regular row.
Alright guys, so this is probably my favorite chest exercise. Now, one thing about my chest is, I don't know, somewhere along the lines, one side got a lot more prominent than the other. So I like to do a lot of like one-sided unilateral exercises. Okay. This also works out your abs and your core like crazy. I might as well just like show you it. It's definitely tough. I can only do probably like 6 each side, and it takes a lot of balance.
Like thinking as a bodybuilder, right? Thinking from a bodybuilder's perspective, there are certainly better things you could do. There are certainly better unilateral movements you could do for your chest. If involving your abs can be avoided, I think it should be. If you're lifting dumbbells while standing, if you're doing some bicep curls, some shrugs, you're going to be developing your abs anyways. A lot of people don't actually need to train their abs that much. So involving it in a movement that you're trying to focus your chest on, I think is not really necessary. Moreover, it's just push-ups. So like it's not that hard. Like if you're like decently trained, you could do like 50 like within like 2 minutes maybe. But yeah, I think if I was to recommend a singular chest, like a unilateral chest movement, I'd say do, you know, one arm chest press machine or one arm fly, you know, like something like that. Intensity is going to be the biggest thing for everyone, and I think involving your abs is going to take away from the intensity in general. With that being said, I think a lot of the movements were kind of just showy, like a bit like, kind of like trendy. Listen, at the end of the day, I don't think bodybuilding has to be pretty, but in general, I think he knows what he's doing more in regards to working out. I mean, the guy doesn't seem to be just thinking about, okay, women are gonna like neck, abs, then my forearms next, and my chest and my back are actually not that important for some reason.
If I had to start all over from scratch, I can tell you exactly how I built it. You know, on Monday's International Chest Day at the gym, I would always skip the Monday chest day and do back instead. And the reason I would do back and triceps instead of back and bis is because I could get that big pull out of my biceps and my back, because you're just naturally going to engage your biceps.
Good advice.
And then I would use lima bean theory on myself again on Tuesdays.
What?
And I would put legs and shoulders together. But I'd always do legs first because legs are boring as fuck. But shoulders, you get to look jacked. And then I would do chest day for the first time on Wednesday. And then I would just repeat that cycle with no planned days off.
What do I think about that advice? I think the advice kind of comes a lot from the perspective of you're not going to be able to train certain muscles as well as others as a result of you hitting your back and your biceps in the same day. It also comes from the perspective of, oh, I hate doing legs, so let me do shoulders during the same day so I can, you know, unlock my shoulders. In general, like it's not bad, but EPL is just going to do fine. Push-pull legs, it's not bad advice. You can tell, like, to some extent, he actually does know what he's talking about, especially in regards to the function of the biceps and how they're involved in a lot of your pull day movements. So yeah, I'm not gonna knock it. It's not bad. But that was the video, guys. As I said, just don't send any hate to these people. Can you shut the fuck up, please? Well, stop talking to me during my fucking video.
Give you advice, go.
What advice? Natural. It's not. I didn't fucking crack. So that was the video, guys. As I said, don't like hate on any of these guys. They're all doing their own thing. I'm sure to some extent they're all trying to help. It's just some of them are a bit misguided when it comes to the gym. And, you know, don't always give the best advice. If you did enjoy, please leave a like, drop a comment what you thought. Maybe I was a little too harsh. Maybe I was right. Subscribe if you're new and if you enjoyed the video. And yeah, just let me know what you want me to react to next. And I thank you guys for the growth so far. I really appreciate it. Yeah.